Hi, I'm Glenn Herbert. I'm the editor of the Our Kids Annual Camp and Program Guide, and these are three things that I see when I look at Camp Wenonah. The first thing I see is Jeff Bradshaw. He founded the camp, he continues to run it today, and he's one of those just great camp professionals. He's provided leadership in the industry, and he's also provided great leadership for the camp. So that's the first thing I see. The second thing are the values that underscore the program, which we can think of as character education. I'm not sure that Jeff would necessarily describe it that way. I think in terms of the camp, it's just how they are and it's how they behave, and they demonstrate how it is that we should behave in the world. And a great example of that was a few years ago when Syrian families were coming to Canada, and the camp, without a blink, just said, we'll get some Syrian kids, we'll give them a camp experience, a great Canadian camp experience, and they did. And so that's sort of writ large what the values are, but they're clear throughout the running of the camp and in certainly everything that they do. They're demonstrating to kids how it is that we behave to one another and how we comport ourselves in the world. And so that's something the kids take home with them. The third thing I see is that this is just a great traditional camp. In the great Canadian camp tradition, it comes from that tradition, as does Jeff Bradshaw. He started out as a young camper and grew up within it. And Wenonah is just a great example of that. You go, you spend time at the lake, you get off the screens, you canoe, you swim, you spend some time talking in the cabin, you learn some songs, and then you grow with it. You keep going year after year and become part of the culture. And so it's just a lovely thing. There's a lot of activity, there's a lot of challenges, but there's a lot of quiet time too. And it's just a great place to spend, some days in the summer or a session. So those are the things that I see when I look at Camp Wenonah. There's certainly lots other things to look at, and you can view their profile at OurKids.net.